All right, so Matt joining me on the desk for first look at sports. I can't speak. So last night we had the Border City Blue Jays in action in a pretty big game for their pitcher and pretty nice win.
Yeah, exactly. You know, they're just sitting half a game back for first place in the NSRBL. Like you said, had a great chance to extend their winning streak to 6 last night against the Mervyn Flyers. Let's go to the home half of the first. Jason Fechter pulls one to right field. Curry Carlson comes in from second to score the Jays' first run to get on the board. Now 2-0 with runners on the corners. Aaron Blank pokes one to the outfield. Brian White trots in to give the Jays a 3-0 lead. Colby Field on the mound in his performance last night, well, you could call it perfect. Sitting down Jesse Bannerman, then gets Jordan McNabb swinging. Field steal dealing gets John McDonald chasing to end the inning. Later, Field will catch Bannerman window shopping for the second time in the game. And it's the same story for McNabb. Field on a mission. Jays will get back on the sticks with the bases loaded. Ruben Baker cashes in a couple as he gets it by the first baseman, making it 5-0. Now 8-0. The Jays will end it. Brent Bowman slaps one to left field. Two more come around to plate as the Jays mercy the Flyers 10-0 to extend their winning streak to 6 games. Colby Field pitches a perfect game as he strikes out 6.
First time I've thrown a perfect game. I just went out there and was trying to just hit my spots and, let the defense do the rest. I felt good. We got a win out of it and we're staying on top, just on top of the standing. So it's hopefully we can finish strong and go into the playoffs on a good note.
Just one other game from last night as the Lloydminster Juniors win their second straight game in as many nights as they defeat the Meadow Lake Sox 10-3 in 4 games in the NSRBL tonight. This one, though, could get postponed as the Lloyd Midgets are supposed to take on the Expos. But with the rain we had all day, this one is likely to get canceled. In St. Walburg tonight, the Blue Jays will look for their 7th straight win as they hook up with the Reds. The Twins will also look to stay in a first-place tie with the Jays as they are on the road in Unity. And the Standard Hill Lakers will try to end a 4-game losing streak as they take on the Wilkie Brewers. Well, it's been a roller coaster of emotions for Saskatoon's Mitch Clarke, picking up his first career UFC fight this past weekend. The UFC has given the 27-year-old a 4-fight contract extension.
It feels pretty good, it means they obviously want to keep me around and want to stick around, so it really works out well.
Clarke says he couldn't have dreamed the past couple weeks and getting a new 4-fight contract. Everything he has gone through is yet to sink in.
It's a little bit surreal, to be honest. I'm happy and relieved and, a couple other things, but, more than anything, it's kind of crazy, going from being pretty much on the chopping block to getting a new contract is a great feeling.
Well, it takes a lot of hard work to become a great MMA fighter. And on this week's Superstar Next Door, introduce you to a fighter who at the age of 23 has accomplished a lot in his young MMA career. Turning pro at the age of 16, Jordan Meehan has had a lot of help in his career, training with his dad and uncle, but really got into the sport by watching a lot of his favorite actors' movies.
It's so cliche, but Bruce Lee. I mean, I've been watching his all of his movies since day one. Copying all of his moves, practicing them in the mirror, doing all that, and then wrestling was a big part of my life too. The entertainment value. And
with 36 fights under his belt, including 27 wins, Jordan's last 2 fights have been inside the UFC octagon, where he's gone 1-1, including getting a bonus for fight of the night. Jordan says he was never nervous heading into his first UFC fight.
I felt great. I think it was because I fought in Montreal before. I had a lot of experience there, and all my friends and family, so that gave me even more energy and excitement, and it got me out of that arm bar, spun out of that, and then got the finish and the win. And 3 weeks later, fought again against Matt Brown.
Training with his dad, Lee Meehan, who is also Jordan's coach, Lee says he knew right away his son had what it took to become a great professional fighter.
Jordan grew up in the gym, so becoming a fighter was kind of a natural progression. It was his choice if he wanted to do it or not, but being in the gym, training every day with the fighters and the other guys were competing, it was just natural for him to want to compete, and he was competitive by nature as well, so it worked out well for him. Training to become an MMA fighter all his life, the 23-year-old says it has really developed him into a mature young man.
I think just training every day and giving yourself, absolutely everything you can in the gym, and then you're completely exhausted, and then when you go home, you're just nice and relaxed, and everything's good, and you're waiting for the next day to come around. And I think even as a child, you know, learning to, you know, self-awareness, your balance, I think that all comes into play later in life in other sports and just in life in general.